Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about my full outreach blueprint, everything when it comes to creator acquisition, how to land clients. This is my full outreach course. This is how I acquire creator clients and help monetize their audience through info products. Basically, every single thing you need to know on how to land creators in this space. Now, this is similar to the video I made that's over an hour long. It's on my full growth operating, info operating course, I guess you could say, my full breakdown that's on my channel. This video, however, is just the outreach portion, choosing your niche, right? Client pipeline, how to optimize your Instagram correctly, okay? To outreach, the DM conversion system, the closing call process, and I'm even adding in the payment flow and some financing, basically how you are going to take payments, okay? How you're gonna get paid. Very important, right? You wanna get paid, of course. So, full outreach course. Let's get straight into it. Like I said, this is how I acquire creator clients and help monetize their audience through info products. What you'll learn in this video, creator monetization models, okay? Background and experience from myself, automation systems, opportunity identification, creator outreach systems, lead qualification, client acquisition, all right? Basically, everything you're going to need to know from start to finish on how to reach out to these people, how to reach out to leads, and actually bring them on as clients. Now, basically what I do and what I'm going to teach you is the creator monetization model, which is basically growth operating, info operating. So you partner with creators that already have an audience, you build or optimize their offer, improve customer acquisition and monetization, you scale revenue through systems, and you get paid through retainers, fees, or revenue share. This is what I do, and this is what I've been doing for a couple of years now. I've been working on the back end, behind the scenes for creators, offers, and basically dealing with all of the systems and helping them monetize their audience. That is what I help my clients do that work one-on-one with me. A little bit about me and my background. I have helped build some large Discord communities in the crypto space and some other niches. Basically what I do is I help a creator build their brand, build their audience, and monetize it so that they can actually get paid. I do that through various ways: low ticket, high ticket, memberships, communities, mentorships. And I have helped build some very large Discord communities and have a lot of experience with that. I've worked with creator-led businesses across multiple niches, some pretty big names, experience with both low ticket and high ticket offers, build acquisition, fulfillment, and monetization systems, and basically focused on creator growth and their businesses. Here's my Instagram and kind of the lifestyle that I live. Now, obviously, I've been behind the scenes making money with this business. That is why this business is actually so good from both sides, either being a creator or fully being the operator. So like myself, I've been the operator for a few years, okay? So I've been behind the scenes. I haven't necessarily been a creator, I guess you could say. Now, obviously, I'm stepping away from just being behind the scenes since I've had a lot of success with the creators that I work with in my one-on-one offer. Now, that's just a little bit about me and what I've done for the past few years. If you are interested in seeing more results or more in depth of kind of breaking down what I've specifically done for creators, built up their YouTube, built up their Discord communities, that is in my full, over an hour long full course on growth operating and info operating. And I'll put that in the description below that video. It's very helpful, has a ton of sauce in that video. So going on, some common advice that you might hear in this space, okay? This is what most people say. They'll say, find creators with a large audience, no offer, no monetization, no systems, then build everything from scratch. That is what most people say. They say, land a creator that has a lot of followers and that doesn't really have anything, okay? That can work if you are hitting the lottery. It's like a one-of-one situation where you hit the lottery and you can scale people and take them to the moon, okay? But I don't like to do that. I don't like to work with people that necessarily have nothing in place because it is kind of harder to start. So what I say, it's a low probability opportunity, okay? Building demand from zero is slower, riskier, and it's very hard to scale. What I actually look for, I work with creators that already have demand, then I help expand and optimize their monetization ecosystem, you can say. Basically, I just help them make money. Now, creator acquisition framework, basically what we're gonna go over in this video. You wanna select a niche, build a creator lead list, okay? Get some leads, research creator businesses, build acquisition infrastructure, personalized outreach, follow outreach best practices, present growth opportunities, okay? You wanna hop on with a call with them, present offer, close, systemize and automate, basically set up their offer, set up their whole system, and generate results and referrals and get paid. That's what we're gonna go over in this video. I also wanna make this clear. This goes for any niche that you are in. If you are a creator watching this video, this goes for any niche. This is how you outreach for basically any info product, okay? So it's not just tied to info operating or growth operating and focusing on getting creators, but this is also how you get clients in general. Just want to make that clear. Let's get straight into it. The full outreach blueprint creator acquisition, top to bottom. All right, here we go. An attractive personal brand is not enough by itself to make money with info. There are different types of creators, but not all audiences convert the same. We're going to look at a couple examples, but you want to first understand the most important rule. You cannot build around looking good alone if you want to get clients. Let's look at some of the top names in the info space, people that have these big personal brands. Now, their Instagrams. We're just looking at their Instagrams because this is going to come to a point that I have. Sam Onua, big in the info space, big in e-com. He has his own e-com info product. Very big on YouTube, very big on Instagram, social media. Iman basically revolutionized the info space. He now has a couple of info products that he sells. He first started off with selling an SMMA course, and now he's pivoted into more personal brand type stuff. TJR, big in trading, and also has a mentorship. The reason I bring these guys up, they're very big in the space. Now their Instagram, very appealing, okay? As you can see, Iman, lifestyle, supercars, living the life, right? Sam, exactly the same thing. This type of content's very big in the info space. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up and looking at their Instagrams, if they just posted lifestyle content on their Instagram, it would be very difficult for them to get clients, for them to make money with their info product. That is why I say, just looking good alone is not enough. All three of these creators that you see on Instagram, all of their clients, all of their leads, everything comes from YouTube. They have big YouTube channels, and that is their main focus. Their main focus is long form content to build trust, and that is how they make money with their info products, is they post on YouTube, right? They post educational content. They also post some lifestyle stuff. That's how you do it. Now you can post those long form type of videos on your Instagram with reels, for example. You could have 1 to 2 minute long reels where you set it up in a way to build the trust. The best way, and what all of the top creators do, is they have a specific niche and then they teach how to do it long form on YouTube. So that gives you a little idea on how it's done. Now, before signing clients, the first step is deciding what kind of person you actually want to attract. You want to choose 1 to 2 niches max that you want to build around. Do not try to speak to everybody, okay? You want to have a niche, just like these creators. Sam Onua, when you say his name, people think, okay, e-com, boom. Iman, when you say his name, you think of SMMA, that's what he started off with. Obviously, when you get big enough, you can pivot. That's kind of what he has done, but he never changes his niche fully. It's always still educational business, teaching, okay? TJR, when you say his name, you think of trading. So you want to choose your niche. Now, this is where I break down choosing between being the creator or being the operator. Those are the 2 types of people that I help. I help with creators and I help with being the operator because I've basically done both. Understand the core rule. People spend more when there is a clear return. The stronger the ROI, the easier the niche is to monetize. You basically want to have a guaranteed offer, but you don't want to sound like, if you buy with me, if you buy my info product, you're going to become a millionaire. You know, you don't want it to sound like fake or guru-y, but you want to have a guaranteed result. Now, let's go into it. The creator, personal brand, skill-based niche. These are a couple examples of some niches in the creator space. These are examples. I'm going to go over them, but I do want to mention the more niche you go, Recently, it's been better the more niche that you go. Back in the day, you could be one of the most broad niches out there, like how to make money online, just that, and then you could have like all of these. That's basically what Tate did. But now that that's been done, and it's been done for many years now, surprisingly, the more niche you go, you can make the same or even more money. You might get less views, but you can make the same amount of money, okay? Because it's not saturated. Anyways, these are a couple examples: fitness, style, aesthetic, travel, lifestyle, mindset, self-improvement, productivity, dating, social skills, creative skills, content creation, personal development. These niches can work, but only if they are tied to a real transformation or outcome. The personal brand niche without an offer becomes entertainment, and an operator niche without identity, it becomes replaceable. That is very important. You need to understand that. Now, when it comes to the operator, which is like a business opportunity niche, some examples: content monetization, lead generation, client acquisition, personal brand growth, audience monetization, offer creation, growth system, sales conversion, community building, automation, backend leverage. There's so many, honestly. There's like so many ways that you can approach these creators and help them with either making money or scaling, marketing, everything like that. I basically help creators do all of these. That's what growth operating is. It's basically monetizing and how to gain an audience. So they're usually built around money, leverage, growth, or business outcomes. You want to use a metric to simplify this, all right? I like to use MPA, money per audience. A smaller audience of buyers is worth more than a bigger audience of spectators. Now, that's what I was talking about the specific niche, all right? You might not get as many views, but you want to get quality viewers, right? If you got 10,000 views on a video, if they are all targeted, high quality demographic, you'll make more money with 10,000 views compared to 1 million views if it's from a low demographic of people that are not serious buyers. Very important. Another reason, I just need to go back to this. The operator niche, and comes to a personal brand in general. What actually matters? The best niche is not the one with the most followers. It is the one with the highest buyer intent. That is what I was talking about. Are they already investing? Do they want a result badly? Like, are they very interested and ready to start? Can you help them make money, gain status, or get a transformation? And can your content naturally lead into your offer? These are questions that you want to ask yourself on the type of people watching your content. Okay, water break, Burj Khalifa break, of course, like always. By the way, I made this entire mirror board by myself. I made all the little boxes, all the little arrows. It takes a lot of time to do all of this. Just to let you know, this is real shit, and I don't fuck around. Going into the client pipeline, these are the best platforms that you're going to use to get these creators and how to build up this audience or build up your audience. And then we're gonna go over how to optimize your Instagram. Make sure you stick around for the video. You do not wanna miss any of this free knowledge on your head top. Content filters your leads before you DM them. Where attention actually converts. You don't need more people, you need the right people seeing you, like we talked about, not random outreach. I don't spam random accounts, I position the content, I attract, then I identify, okay? Who is going to be good? These are the best platforms, from best to worst. YouTube, highest buyer intent, long form trust. Instagram, best for positioning, plus inbound, plus DMs. X or Twitter, strong for authority, plus conversations. TikTok, it's good for reach, but it's lower buyer intent. TikTok's honestly shit. Let me just tell you, I've gotten millions of views on TikTok for many niches. The conversion of people from TikTok to buyers, okay, very low. That's why like the best way for TikTok is you kind of want to funnel them into like your Instagram. You'll get followers or to get views, okay? Funnel them to your YouTube, whatever. Because let's be honest, the most people that watch TikTok or use TikTok all day are bumbleclot kids, right? Wallahi bumbleclot. So highest intent, YouTube, IG, Twitter. Low intent, TikTok, mostly viewers, okay? People that just brain rot. Now, how leads are created. Content to the right person watches, they resonate with the content, they engage, they become a lead. If your content is wrong, your leads will always be low quality. Very true. That's what I was talking about. Finding qualified people, not randos. People engaging with your content, followers of similar creators in your niche, comment sections of relevant posts, people already trying to grow, monetize, warm viewers, so either from stories, replies, or likes. Basically some ways on how to find some qualified leads. This is the platform breakdown. We're gonna go over all of the platforms that I mentioned and the benefits or why they are shit, okay? Worst to best. We talked about TikTok, best for reach only, let's be real. Instagram is pretty good, all right? I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. There are a lot of people that just make reels and just focus on that short form content, and they make a ton of money. And so it's good if you do it the right way. It's best for DM conversations, warm leads, fast outreach. How you're going to use it: you reply to story viewers, you DM engaged followers, you target niche pages, okay, through like reels or posts, for example. Twitter or X, shout out Elon. Elon is now the first trillionaire or some shit. If that doesn't motivate you to start, I don't know what does, all right? $1 trillion is so many millions of dollars, and you just need one of those. You just need a couple of them. You just need a little teeny tiny bit of $1 trillion, okay? Just a couple mils, just a couple. So, best for conversations, authority building, very good on that. How you're going to use it: you reply to tweets daily, you start conversations, and you convert replies into the DMs. With X or Twitter, you kind of want to be a little argumentative, not argumentative, but you want to, it's basically like a Socratic setup, if you don't know what that means. You engage with people, you have conversations, you agree, you disagree, and you build an audience from that. YouTube, #1 platform. It is the #1. It's the highest money per viewer platform. It's what we were talking about. It is best for high ticket clients, trust building. The way you're going to use it: speak directly to your ICP, your audience, the person you want buying from you. Call out their problems. Send them to a form / book a call with them, have a funnel so that you can qualify them. Now, the reason why YouTube converts highest is because it is a long form video platform, and long form videos build trust. Viewer spends more time with you. They understand your thinking. They are already warmed up before reaching out. They're watching the video just like you are right now. And by doing that, they trust you and know that you are serious. Attention quality is better than attention quantity. 10K views from the right people is better than 100K views from random people. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to focus building one of these platforms. Stick to 1 to 2 niches. So important. So many people I see in this space, even creators that I help, they were doing multiple niches or focusing on multiple platforms. And by doing that, if you're literally putting all of your time equally into all these platforms, that can be good if you have some help or if you are already having some winning content that already works. So you can just kind of spam that winning content, and it's basically like a machine. It's like an engine. But if you're focusing on building first, okay, and you're focusing on all these platforms, it's not gonna work, right? You're not gonna have that momentum that takes off on one of the platforms. Just focus on one. Either focus on doing the short form reels, educational content on Instagram, or focus on long form videos on YouTube. What I like to say all the time: just focus on YouTube. Build up your YouTube. Make long form videos on YouTube, teaching, education, whatever is related to your niche, and you literally guarantee you're gonna blow up. You gotta do it the right way though, and obviously you need to have the right systems in place to make money from it. That is what I teach. That is what we are going over in this video. This is how to optimize your Instagram profile so that people actually trust you and you can get these clients, get these leads on calls. Your profile is more important than your message. If Drake hits you up on Instagram right? He could say anything. He could say, yo, what good? He could say, yo, that big guy. And you're still gonna just spaz. You're still gonna, oh shit, Drake hit me up, oh fuck. And you're still gonna respond, even if they sound insane, because their Instagram is set up, or they're famous, or whatever it is, okay? Basically, most people focus on the DM itself, right? In this space, or when they want to try and make money. But your profile decides if someone replies to you or ignores you. Boom, boom, it's sauce, okay? I've tested every type of DM. The message alone is not what determines replies. It is the profile behind the message. Now, we're gonna go over my Instagram a little bit. My Instagram is set up to get creators as clients to operate for them, all right? It's like mysterious, kind of behind the scenes. I do have some reels that have millions of views, whatever. That shows some proof, okay, this guy knows how to gain attention. This guy knows how to get views, but he's around tons of supercars in Dubai, all over the world. He's making money. The majority, your profile. The minority, the message. What people get wrong, they try to fix the message instead of fixing how they're perceived. Everything you need on your profile. This is what you need to kind of start to reach out to these clients or have people reach out to you. Clear face photo, right? In some cases, you're like, oh, do I really have to have a face photo? Let's go to TJR's account. His profile picture is a Lego Ninja. That's not gonna work for you. Do you have a Koenigsegg? You don't have a Koenigsegg, so that shit's not gonna work, all right? If you're first starting off and you don't have a ton of content, you gotta show your face. People trust the face. People trust who you are. You gotta show them who you are. You wanna have 6 to 9 solid posts, not random, something in your niche, okay? They all have to be related. Clean name, not username spam. Bio shows what you do. Basic follower count, credibility, all right? Look at my Instagram, for example. It's all lifestyle, making money, traveling the world, and gaining attention. The first impression decides everything. When someone clicks your page, they instantly judge you, all right? They're instantly going to determine, is this guy legit? Do I take this seriously? Do I respond or do I ignore? I don't know if I'm gonna put that in the video. Fucking hell. God damn. Make this long ass video. Choke on fucking water. Fuck that shit, man. Choking on my water in Dubai. By the way, woo, Dubai is not cold. I'll tell you that much. Let's get back into it. With strong profile signal, direction, not random content, all right? Intent, not casual posting. Progress, you're doing something real. People want to see that you are active, that you are doing what you talk about, and that you're legit, all right? Your weak profile. You're not going to get a response if you have a weak profile. I'm going to go over an example right here. But even with a good DM, they won't take you seriously. This is how it is, all right? You know how many DMs I get? I don't even have the largest account, okay? You know how many DMs I get every single day of outreach messages? It's unbelievable. It's, Matthew, let me scale your shit. Matthew, let me help you with clipping. Holy shit, okay? Back in the day, 20 years ago, if someone hit me up out of the blue, hey, can I do this shit for you? Oh, fuck, hell yeah. I haven't got that message before. Now, everyone and their mom wants to reach out to you if you are posting on social media. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, and it's kind of a bad thing. But it's a good thing because if your profile's set up correctly, you know you can trust them. But if their profile's not set up correctly, you know you can't trust them and they don't do shit. So it's not a bad thing. Let's go over this example. This guy said, yo, Matthew, bro. Just curious, who handles your overall clipping and content direction right now? You or somebody else? That's not a bad message. That's a great message. If Iman sent me that message, sold, I'm sold. I will buy whatever you gotta sell me. But this guy, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. His posts, he got nothing. I can't see his face. I don't know who the hell I'm talking to. And he has 20 followers, and his post, he has posts about nothing. He's like, took a video of the floor. Okay, that shit ain't gonna work. You don't have to be famous. You do not have to be famous. Your Instagram just has to be set up correctly. You could have 1,000 followers, but if your Instagram's set up, you're good to go, all right? Would you answer this guy's DM? No. Now, perception is instant, okay? People decide what they think about you in seconds before even reading your message. You're not gonna respond. Let's move on to the DM conversion system. Now, this is my full outreach process. From the first message that I send, to how I guide the conversation, to how I move them to a call, and how I turn that into a client. This is the conversion flow. From first the message, to context, to the call, to the client. Remember this, every DM is a chance to move someone forward. Get them off the DMs as fast as possible. First, the initial DM. The second, continue conversation. Third, breakdown or call. Now, first the DM. This is the message. This is an example. Are you currently monetizing your page? Simple message. It works because it doesn't feel like a pitch. You want something that's very simple, all right? Now, I'm gonna break down why it specifically works, but this is something very important that a lot of people don't know about, which are platform limits. So if you're first starting off, you're thinking, okay, let me just reach out to 1,000 people every single day and I'll make money, I'll become successful, right? If it's an outreach game at the end of the day, is that all I can do? That's all I can do, very simple. Well, guess what? Instagram and all of these platforms, they know about this, okay? Otherwise, people would be spamming everybody. So, because they know about this, they put limits on how many people you can message. I like to stay around 25 to 40 a day. You want to space them out. Don't send all at once and repeat it daily, okay? If you spam too much, your replies will drop and the account gets weaker over time. Also, if you spam too much and you keep spamming, you keep breaking the rules, your accounts will get banned. They'll get banned, they'll get shadow banned. You won't be able to message people anymore. You won't be able to engage with anybody at all. Trust me, I've done that so many times, it's crazy. Going back to the message. This message works for two reasons. It fits in the preview and it doesn't look like a pitch. What that means by the preview is when you get a message on Instagram in your inbox, it'll show the preview of the message, then you can click it, okay, you can see. It feels like you're asking about them and not selling to them. Now, what their inbox usually looks like. Instagram only shows a short preview, so the first line matters the most, that's what I was talking about. And if your message fits in the preview, it doesn't feel like a pitch, there's no hidden sales message. Going on to the second, which is build interest. I work with creators already trying to monetize. Most people tell you to go after beginners. We've talked about this, but choosing the right offer. Based on their audience and situation, you decide what offer makes the most sense. Now we're going to break down low ticket and high ticket offers, okay? The low ticket offer, for example, $50 to $200 one time, or $20 to $100 a month subscription based, usually community or basic access. The higher ticket offer, usually around like 2K to 4K upfront, direct support, guidance, clear outcome, defined time frame. Now with the low ticket, example, lower buying power, a younger audience, lower income, platform like TikTok, okay? The higher ticket, older audience, more serious platform like YouTube. You want to adjust based on what they already have. If they already sell high, add a lower entry option. If they sell low, build a higher value offer, okay? So if they sell high, add a lower entry option to capture more leads. Sell low, create a higher value offer to increase revenue per client. Either way, you are working with people already spending money. If they sell a low ticket, you could be making more with a higher value offer. We can just adjust what you already have instead of starting from scratch. If they sell a high ticket offer, what are you doing with people who don't buy right away. There's usually a big opportunity there. If they're not monetizing at all, you're leaving money on the table. With the right setup, you could start converting your audience. That is what we're going over. Now that comes into the third, which is a breakdown video. It's usually a Loom video. Now, left to right, it's a visual breakdown. Very simple. Use their page's context, kind of like a video setup like this, but you'll go over their page. Show an example solution of what they can gain, show potential upside of kind of the results and what will happen if they work with you, what they need to do, and how you fit in. Then you will have a call to action in the video to set up the call with you. The main problem, they don't trust you yet. They assume you're new or you don't actually get results. Now, how I solve this is I remove the risk up front by showing proof, using real examples, making it clear what they get. So I show my results, I show my proof of what I have personally done. Now, something very beneficial, the clients that work one-on-one with me, I let them access my social proof. So I let them use my results, my clients, my examples to build trust fast. That's just one of the perks with working with me. Now, that's a basic version of the DM conversion system. That is what works extremely well. If you do that, it's almost a guarantee that you will get clients. Moving on to the closing call process. Final step, you got to get them on a call. At the end of the breakdown, I direct them to book a call. Follow-up message, send the breakdown, then ask for their thoughts. Keep it simple, no pitch. Now their response. They will either ask questions or they will be very ready to move forward. Either way, you send them the link. Now, this is an example of one of my clients that I work one-on-one with. This is how I initially set up the call with them. They were super eager to start though. As you can see, perfect bro, 11 p.m. It's locked in, setup is instant. Just join the link from the email right at 11. We'll get started immediately. And as you can see, bro, just confirming for tomorrow. They were just super ready to hop on the call. And they might ask a couple questions, but if they are a high intent person, high intent buyer, someone that wants to learn, this is what you want to see. Now, after that, to set up the call, you use a Calendly booking link. Don't go back and forth manually. You will lose people. Every extra message equals to more chance for drop off. Simple setup, use Calendly. If you are not familiar with it, I'm gonna make a video probably on this, but obviously reach out to me, I will help you. After they book, 2 outcomes. 1 call close, 2-step close. The 1 call close. Best when it's simple, you can close immediately, they're ready to go. The 2-step close, better if it needs explaining. First call, kind of break down, give them a plan of what you'll do. The second call, have them make the decision or come with a better structured plan. If they booked a call, they are already highly interested. Remember that, okay? There's just a couple of things that actually qualify them to be a paying client. It's not a hard close though. You're not convincing them. You're seeing if it makes sense to work together. What you need to understand, what they're currently doing, how they monetize, if they are monetizing at all, where they're stuck, what you've already tried, and what they actually want with working with you. Single call close. If it's simpler and clear, you make the decision on the call. If they are in, you collect their name, their email, basic information, you move to the next step immediately, and then you send the agreement same day, lock in the first call to start. The 2-step close, this is where, it needs more thought. You map it out, second call, you decide. Most of the time, I map the plan first, so I'll break down the plan clearly, then I review it in the next call. If it's a bigger client, that's what I'll do, but if someone is ready to start immediately, I'll just hop on 1 call. Deal structure. I usually structure it at a 15, 20 to 40%, let's say, percentage based on what we build together. Depends on the situation, but it's tied to performance. This is more related to taking a percent of the money that you bring in for your client. But if your niche is not related to kind of a percent of money you're bringing in, say it's a fitness program and the results would be them gaining muscle or losing weight, obviously different situation, you would take money straight up. You would not take a percentage, okay? Because there's nothing to take, right? So performance-based, it aligns incentives and it makes the offer easier to say yes to. That's one benefit of it. But like I said, upfront works, but performance scales better long term, like in the long run for years, because you won't have to focus on getting new clients. You will just have a couple of clients, say they bring in a lot of money, you make them a lot of money, and you won't have to work on outreach pretty much ever again if you have a ton of clients. That's why performance scales and works best long term. Sometimes I add a small upfront if I need extra commitment at the start. Going into the payment flow, financing. I know this video is a little long, but if you're sticking through it, let's go. You're ready to make some money. How payments actually flow. 2 ways to structure it. You control the payments, money goes to one account, then it gets split after, or the creator controls payments, they collect, then send your share. Less control, harder to track. I don't like to do this one. Just focus on controlling the payments yourself. Keeps everything simple. You only need 1 to 2 tools. Use platforms that handle payments, manage access, support subscriptions. So we're gonna talk about WAP. I've been working with WAP for a couple of years now. Obviously, WAP is probably the leading in the info space. I have a full breakdown on WAP actually on my channel. Make sure to check that out if you want to learn more about WAP. But basically what WAP does is you can take payments like this. These are examples from my creator that I work one-on-one with. This is kind of like a mid-ticket offer, subscription based into a community. Now WAP has integrations where people can pay through WAP and then they will gain access to your community, whether that being Discord or another platform. I like to use Discord the best. But that's kind of how WAP works. Fanbasis is exactly the same. The interface is just a little different. They both have perks, both have advantages. One thing with these platforms, they do take a fee when people buy. So for example, if someone pays you $400, there's gonna be a fee from that. The only reason you would mainly use these is if you want it fully automated. People either see your content or you send them a link and they can just pay, they gain access, done, automated. You literally don't have to do anything. That's why these platforms are really good. But if you have a one-on-one mentorship or you do some consulting work, stuff like that, just use Zelle or Wire because very low or no fees. It's fast, direct bank transfer, no chargebacks, more secure for larger payments, and it works well for high ticket deals. You don't want to overthink the tools. The system matters more than the platform. Like I know so many people that will spend so much time and overcomplicate like setting up their WAP page. Don't focus too much on that. Make it look clean. You mainly just want to focus on the system more than the platform. Now I'm going to talk about financing. This is mostly key for high ticket. You don't have to focus on this as much, but it is pretty big in the info space for people that are not ready to pay, but they want to get started. Basically how it works is break payments into smaller chunks and it'll increase conversions, right? So you want to use some platforms like this, Afterpay, Klarna, Affirm, Zip. These are just some financing tools. Another cool thing with WAP and Fanbases is they have these financing tools integrated into the platform. So you basically, if you just use these platforms, you can use all of those. Now that was the full outreach blueprint, the full system on how you're gonna get these clients. If you are interested in working one-on-one with me, fill out the form in the description of this video. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you would like to watch my full over an hour long growth operating, infra operating course, that will also be in the description below. Ton of information. I suggest you go check it out. If you did like this video, if it was very helpful and informative, make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna drop a ton more videos. Leave a like, I appreciate it. It takes a long time to make these Miro boards and push out this information for you guys. And if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Matthew Rodden or leave them in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on the next one from the Dubai office. I hope you enjoyed. See you later.